Thank you so much for being here. We know you have a lot of choices when it comes to getting your end wet, as they say in the comedy game. Jesus Christ. What is this, I don't even know anymore what this podcast has become. I'll tell you one thing, this is all bonus content. This is not good enough. None of this stuff anymore is good enough to be on the podcast. I've decided this stuff is banana nut bread. And by the way, I'm aware that the kind of people we're going to be dealing with here are the kind of people who would stab you in an alley. I can't, live my life in that level of fear. If everybody would just stop doing crazy ass shit, we can move on with our lives. You guys like it, so I'll talk about it. So many things. Not only do we have a main event for you tonight, we have an appetizer. We have a guest set. I have a dessert trio, if you will, Neapolitan. I may have to quit smoking weed. It's becoming bothersome. I feel like a deep cough. This is the home renovation channel. What's Patrick gonna do with his house? I don't know. You? Mean stuff. Tonight it'll just be talking shit. No home stuff. No. Moody's insane. We have too much. And before I do, let me just check one thing. Jesus. God, you guys are not ready for this. I know a lot of people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry to end the music so abruptly, but sometimes we got to get into it. I'm high. I'm aware of how that ends up. A lot of times it's just me meandering. People think they can show up late to the show. No. We'll get right into the good stuff tonight. Josh Denney, our old friend, I had no clue how fucking nutty he's gone, how right-wing nutty he's committed to some insane brand now. I guess he's like anti-vax, which is nuts. And I know at least 17 of you right now just went, hold on a second, you're anti. I'm not. I'm fully vaccinated. Pfizer, baby. I'd be insane not to. Don't you just say it all the time? No, I just say that we shouldn't make anybody do it. If you want to not get vaccinated, have at it. What do I know? Also, Texas, I will say briefly, Texas is out of their goddamn minds. Now, first of all, you won't see me posting about it because I don't want. I find it homosexual to do that kind of stuff. You virtue signaling cuck comics. But yeah, you can't on one hand fight for people not to be vaccinated if they don't want to, and for people not to wear masks. Freedom, and then do this to abortions. And come on. It's weird. It's weird to do. Like, get over the killing babies thing. We like to kill babies. I am 100% for mandatory vaccinations, says Carrillo James. That's great. That's not how this country works. And it ain't gonna happen. I appreciate your opinion, and you're allowed to have it. It is a fantasy. So, thanks for that. And good luck with it. I mean, that's just not how the world works. Here, in the U.S. I don't know where you live. Look, if you live in New Zealand, clearly they'll strap you down. Vacations, he said. Oh, God, we just got memed the fuck out.
We got one!
Jesus. I gotta watch my back around here. These people will creep the F up on you. These new people in the chat, they get you every time. You don't know their personality yet. Now we know. Carrillo James, basic meme bitch. Got it. And we won't fall for that again. Josh Denney was featured by Food Network again. Now look at Moody trying to keep me on track. You don't think I know what you're doing? I might have to get completely off track now. Moody, I don't need a producer. I do need a producer. Do you know what we need? We need a co-host in here that'll just take a whipping. Top 10 races. So I saw this tweet a while ago. Let's throw that up. If Josh Denney tweeted, if comedy clubs mandate a vaccine, I won't do those clubs. Pretty simple. I'll set up a karaoke machine and a fish market if I have to. I've had COVID 3 times in 2 years. I'm 100 pounds overweight, and I'm fine. I won't be bullied into an experimental vaccine. Now, this is crazy. I did some shows in New York where you had to show your vaccine card. I think it's gay and stupid, especially since like nobody's really proving shit. So it's dumb. I also always support, private businesses doing whatever the fuck they want. I think this is mandated by the city of New York, so that's pretty dumb. But I've got to be consistent here. So, if a restaurant wants to only serve, and by the way, most of those restaurants in New York have outdoor seating areas now because of COVID. And when I say outdoor, I mean it's a trailer across the alley where people can walk down the sidewalk and cough on your food while you eat. Somehow that's more safe. It's insane. You wouldn't believe half the shit. But I've got New York stories for another show that didn't get told. And by the way, we will be attacking the fuck out of Hilton hotels. I'm sorry. I'm going to need someone to get a match and a can of gas. They're out of their minds. Handful of magic, handful of gas. They weren't found out right here. I can't believe what's been said about me. So Josh Denney, first of all, what's hilarious about a tweet like this is that Josh Denney isn't the kind of comic that does clubs. You know what I mean? Now he does some shows at clubs in LA because where else you gonna do comedy? You gotta go club. Milton versus Hilton. I like it. Let's get some shirts made up.
Oh no.
I mean, Josh Denney doesn't tour. He doesn't, last time we heard he had some show in a steakhouse above the kitchen. Got canceled or something. I don't know. Look, 100% I liked Josh. I thought Josh was funny. I don't know what happened. He went insane and started also bad-mouthing. It was fucking nuts. This is a guy who literally was like, I have a career, Patrick's over there playing podcast. It's like, I quit my day job in 2010 to do comedy full time, including the podcast. I've never once took a fucking other job, part-time job. You've driven Uber for 7 years. I think you drove Uber, while you had the show on cable. People are really misled about how much somebody with a cable show makes. You raised a fundraiser for a special in 2015. Patrick, you raised a fundraiser to put out an album in 2016 and haven't put it out yet. I'm going to put it out for everybody. It's going up on YouTube. Patrick, you said that a while back. I've just got home from New York City. Give me a break. It's 5 years late. You can fucking wait longer. I'm telling you right now, it's going to come out. I've got it. You wouldn't believe. I'll tell you the story later. I can tell you things, and they don't matter. It doesn't matter until you put it up. Except the freelance work you do. Oh, yes, that is true. That is 100% true. I've gotten industry work in both comedy and podcasting via my podcast. But people reach out directly. So that is true. But, I've also made money doing Bitcoin conferences. They need some levity at these things. I saw one recently Tim Dillon went and did. I'm watching him up on stage with these nerds roasting him. And it reminded me of what I did. I did one in Amsterdam, Washington, D.C., Orlando, New York. I flew. This fucking rich dude one time gave me a ride in its Tesla Roadster. This is back in 2013, 14, to Burbank Airport, where we got a private flight up to San Francisco for a day for me to help him film some sketches about Bitcoin. This was crazy. This is crazy stuff, but this is the things people reach out and want to do. So you are right. But there's a difference in that and then delivering people's fries while you eat a few and try to have them not notice. Big difference in that kind of stuff, right? I'm sorry. I've never even thought about creating an Uber driver account. I haven't had to. That's nuts. Also, I had investments just like Josh Denney had investments, but I didn't squander them all. Look, this isn't roast Josh Denney hour, but I'm just saying you shouldn't be telling people how it all works while you do the same thing as every other fucking comic. Next, you'll be walking dogs in your spare time, telling us how the moon goes around the goddamn sun. Enough of it. Patrick, technically the moon does go around the sun. Shut up! Guys, thanks for coming out. It is gonna be a fun one. And by the way, this guy, I have enough creepy suspicion. This guy lives in my old apartment. There were better units available in my apartment building, and he's like, "No, I want the one you used to." It's creepy. Him and his girlfriend sleep in my old podcast studio. I've seen pictures. You wouldn't believe what I could tell you's happened in that studio. Him and his girlfriend are in there. Come on. I really like Josh. I think he's funny. I think his shock everybody to try to get popular attitude is insane. This is such an empty threat of a thing. This is such a nothing. I don't even know. I don't even know what this is saying. Guys, I usually don't get booked at all. But from now on, when you see me not on posters, you'll know it might be because I'm taking a stand. Okay. So Moody said this to me right before the show. Josh Denney apparently tweeted something about whores. Oh, I think it was something about the abortion ban. He tweeted something. Let me find it. It was a real troll. Okay, here we go. And he's playing this, of course, like we got another one. Josh tweeted, "Spare me the many women don't know they're pregnant for 6 weeks. Whores. Only whores wouldn't know they're not pregnant for 6 weeks." And then people are like, "If you follow this asshole, go report him to Food Network. Boycott Food Network. He has orange hair for a reason. His head resides in Trump's arse." And then Josh says, "We got another one. We got another one." Now, okay. It's pretty, look. The world is so insane that I have to admit there is something a little funny about this. But then Food Network, oh God, he took my meme. Look at this. He took my Ghostbusters meme that we just did. I'm the only one who does that. God. I think I may have COVID. How do you know? I might have to take another rapid test. Jesus Christ. And I don't think it in the way Josh thinks he has COVID every 2 minutes. What is going on? I guess Food Network tweeted, oh, this is pinned. This is their pinned tweet. For those asking, our working relationship with Josh Denney ended years ago, and we removed all episodes he hosted at that time. His views do not reflect our company values, and we regret giving him a platform. Now, this is getting 92 quotes, 1,200 likes, 121 retweets. But people will be looking up who Josh Denney is because of this, right? Like, it's insane. Don't drink on the mic. Don't burp on the mic. You won't believe it, man. You won't believe it. I just had the spiciest Indian food. And I also have to tell you, I've been eating that Carla's salsa. I got to give it 4 out of 5. Carla's salsa. If you want to see me sample it, and show it off to the cams, show it off to the gams, join the overdose. All that stuff will be coming out, tomorrow, along with all this stuff on the overdose as well. So join the overdose. That's how you support the show. Go to our website, carlashomemadesalsa.com. That's Carla with a K. carlashomemadesalsa.com. Nobody likes onions.com/overdose. If you don't need a pen and a pad, trying to get this damn salsa label off. The HOA does not approve of Josh Denney. I believe that, actually. I believe that. But then I started looking more into Josh. And this is what I found. This guy, now again, I like Josh. I think he's funny. He's got a new podcast called Jenkum. Look at this. Where is it? Here? Jenkum. A Josh Denney podcast. As if, and by the way, that makes sense actually to have your own brand of podcast. Can we count the podcasts this motherfucker's had since he parted ways with me? Jesus Christ. If another motherfucker tries to bite me, I'm coming after you. What did he have? So he left Nobody Likes Onions. He said he would never start his own podcast. Then it's narcissism Got a hold of him, huh? Wandered down to that river, had an old look-see. And we had March of the Pigs, I think was the first iteration. We had the implications of Josh Denney. We had the Darkest Hour. We had now we have Jenkum. We had last week tonight. He had that morning show he was trying to do on locals. I mean, fuck. You know what I mean? It's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. And you people don't understand this. It's one of the reasons I wanted to change the name of the show 7 years in or whatever. You can't. First of all, if you search Nobody Likes Onions, I got it. You'll find me. That's a unique brand. You also find some angry comments on culinary message boards, I imagine, People will be arguing about things. Nobody likes onions. Pip, pip. I imagine they're British. Irma says, Patty doesn't like me. Why would you say that? I like everybody. Welcome. Feel free. Join in. Hang out. Have a festival. So I had no idea, because we haven't, checked in on Josh Denney in a while. But he's gone super, super right, I guess. Super, super weird right. And the way he talks, man, it's it's like when he would tell me things like the airplane crash thing, and I hate using this as the example because this is the thing everybody knows, but it's also the thing everybody knows, so it's easy to use. Josh Denney lied about being in a plane crash, right? And when he starts telling these stories, he starts out with such energy, right? Like, I was in a plane crash, because it's like, wow, that's quite a thing to say. Real daddy shark stuff. As he tells, I'm a person who's interested in aviation as an autistic podcaster, as an autisticaster. Look us up. And I started asking more questions, pressing him, doing my best Anderson poop shoot impression. And he lost energy like a goddamn balloon falling from the sky, from the tops of the heavens. The more I would ask things like, well, like what happened when you landed? And he's like, oh, the foam went, the emergency exits and the foam went out. We had to slide down. And it's like, that's crazy. Here's why. Again, as a person interested in aviation, there aren't many plane crash incidents on that level where like chutes are deployed, foam is spread that you don't hear about, That kind of shit makes Peter Jennings, NBC Nightly News Corp. And I hadn't heard about that. And I asked him when it was, and he's, where it was. You sure? Yeah. You can look up aviation incidents. We started tracking that. What, between the FAA and the NTSB? I don't know. Yeah, they probably have a notebook shared between them, betwixt those organizations. So just crazy shit like that. We had him on one time about gay being a choice. It's like everybody who's gay chooses to be gay, and we were like, oh, okay. I mean, I don't think you mean what you're saying. Oh yeah. I do. Anybody who's gay, totally a choice. Now, look, I'll say this right now. some people who are gay now are 100% just doing it to do it. It's trendy AF. Being gay is so hot right now. So, I will say that. I mean, I know people who are just like, I don't get any girls. I'll try that. Now you can make the argument they've been bi their whole life. Sure. Remember when black people sued Denney's for making them pay before they received their meal? Is that a real thing? Is that real? Was it like one Denney's, or was this a corporate policy of some sort? Either way, I found this to be crazy that he's still chasing mentions. And by the way, who are these people who, like, Food Network comes out and says, like, we're not with Josh Denney anymore, and they're like, oh, I'll retweet it. Like 100 people felt the need to go, like, I better let my followers know that I know that Food Network doesn't stand by a man that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, they don't even know why they're mad at him. If you followed him that closely and was even looking at his account in real time, you would see him trolling you. So that's crazy. Moody is chiming in with a Kiwi sentiment. Anyone who thinks gays choose to be gay are basing it on their own experience, because they're currently choosing to be straight. What? Okay. I don't know about any of that stuff, but I find it very weird. Somebody was messaging me today. I don't know how true any of this stuff is, and I don't know this guy at all, so I can't vouch for any of this stuff. But the more and more I see people pulling out of this guy's shows, this Trouble in Vegas, this Artemio Rios, I've heard he threatens serious violence on fucking people, threatens to beat their ass, have them beat up if, if he doesn't. I don't know. People like ask about their money, and then they get threats and racism from what I hear. Also, a lot of homophobic slurs. I find it weird when men complain about homophobic slurs. Like I don't, if you want to yell at the top of your lungs over and over in public or private, I don't care. That's crazy. People will be recording you on their phones, on their Motorola Razors and their T-Mobile Sidekicks. And you will be uploaded to videoblip.tv, the number one video site on the internet. This guy messages me today, and this is what he says about this Artemio guy. He's not sober. He just doesn't do coke anymore. He still drinks like a fish. Now look, who knows? I can't vouch for that. He said he went to rehab or something. And you got to give people the benefit of the doubt when they say something like that, because, recovery is a serious thing. We have to take all that kind of stuff seriously. Everything in that world is real, and you can't doubt anybody's journey. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works, guys. I don't make the rules. And YouTube, if you're watching, I support everybody's time in space. He owed me money for a show. But said something about strip clubs and getting money. I'm changing wording and making this more ambiguous so that they, it's not traceable back to this person. He wants to be anonymous. He only paid me a fraction of what he owed me. If you ask him about it, he gets really mad, blows up in your face, calls you names. Anyone who asks for money that they are owed for work they did is met with threats and slurs. I know of at least 5 other comedians he owes money to. His shows barely have anyone at them. He's trying to convince people to vote for him in like best of Las Vegas or some shit like that. As if this, I don't think people understand like how self-unaware this dude is. Let me try to find. I have to like. And again, I've never met this fucking guy. He went off on me once, like a fucking kook. And I gotta show you the kind of fucking videos he makes. He's the greatest of all time. Meanwhile, nobody will touch this guy's page, to give him a thumbs up to suck their own dicks with. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm very high. This is what we're dealing with. Strip club promoter, horse shit. And by the way, I don't give any fucks if you threaten to come beat me up. Who gives a shit? Wounds heal. Let's move on. By the way, if you're the kind of guy who needs to talk and come lay hands like a goosh, brush your teeth with all the bullets you can afford. Call your friends and ask for more dollars. Horns guy, people are calling him. Look. I gotta find it. You wouldn't fucking believe. I'm telling you how cringe. Imagine still being involved with it. And by the way, look at dumb Ryan Barassa doing shows for him. Turns out this guy apparently is like harassing women, racist. This guy is the whitest fucking knight you've ever seen. He's ginger, pasty, white knight motherfucker. He would convince you he's so much more fucking self-righteous than you that he can't even fucking be this triggered motherfucker. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's doing shows for him. This guy is just scraping the bottom of the barrel of open micers. Topless women at shows and shit. Look at this garbage. Always doing his hair in horns. All these people aren't his friends anymore, so don't judge them. Sweet 420. He gets his own room. Always marketed, when Trey's Mal is running it, dope. Always finds like the most seductive picture of women. And I'm telling you, people are saying no one comes to this shit. It's rough. It's rough to look into. The videos are even harder to watch. I wish I could find videos he makes. Hold on. Fucking hell. It can't be the promotional ones. It has to be like the chillaxed one where he's like bragging about hanging out. No. He buys a lot of these video editing apps and makes a lot of shit like that. This is what I'm talking about. No self-awareness, these people.
Someone's car.
I see why you went live. I mean, so just a lot of this kind of shit. There's a lot of soliloquies that I think you'd find fascinating if you heard. This is such like promoter garbage. And he just tried to bring that, you know, skeeziness, promoter shit to, and he runs like pool parties and stuff at the same venue. So it's like, you know, it's like he's just trying comedy. Look at this, the Sapphire Comedy Hour. So he tried this at Sapphire, probably lost that venue. It's so crazy. This is mania, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Alex Cool.
Oh no!
The biggest thing in comedy, and we're here tonight for Trouble in Vegas.
Oh no!
Only at the Artisan.
This is Baby Shark Kool-Aid.
All right, I'm excited. I wanted to see this. Got a good stage. We're gonna have a good crowd for you. I mean, everybody's totally into it, you know. And that's what I told you. I threw it on them afterwards. Even the ones that got their tickets already were like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, this is my second show since the pandemic started. This is my second, so I'm excited.
Oh, a donation from Irma saying, "Get good."
My tassels.
We build for the main event here. You're watching the pre-show. This is what we're dealing with, though. Like, it's just like it's like a muddled mess of garbage. This is Bruce. Who's a nice guy. I don't think he works with him anymore. Thank you for the super sticker, though, Armin. That means so much. And you're weird to think I don't like you. I like people.
Here we go.
Here we go. So this this dude who just walked in is the guy who I think I guess, what was the thing with Liz Stone? Got into the thing with Liz Stone where he like threw a drink on her or something like that? Or she hit him. There's so many little side stories and drama and shit. You know, it's insane. She said, I tipped you, bumped me on the karaoke rotation. Okay, look. I don't know what's going on here, but this is like your second time hanging out. And again, I like you. I'd like you to be here. Welcome to hang out. You're talking a lot of cuckoo magoo nonsense. You've been going on about karaoke for several comments. We've all ignored it, you know, chalking it up to a little bit of mental illness and excitement, unfamiliarity with the internet, and not understanding we're not a normal group who's like into your basic ass memes and shit. We're past it all. We've been doing this too long. We're on deep dives on characters here. Okay? That's what we're on. The reason the numbers are not high here is because it requires an attention span. Okay? I need you to focus or get the fuck out. And I mean that in a sweet, sweet way. You've gotta get a rein on your emotions. Reel it in. Okay? No one singing karaoke. No one knows what you're talking about. Bitty bitty bomb bomb. No one knows. Calm down. We'll give you one more chance. The numbers aren't high, but the host is. Exactly. There are plenty of other podcasts that are edited to shit, like Ty Rivera's. And if you think that's tight content, go have a blast. By the way, I guess this is a very appropriate time to make this announcement. Don't donate more money. It's not about that. We're rich over here. We don't need your help. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Clearly, you have a day job. We don't have many of those people around here. Look, that message was brought to you by the nobodylikesonions.com/store. Head on over there, pick up a hat, pick up a shirt, try it on. If you don't like it, send it back. We won't get it, and we won't refund your money. Just let you know. She's doing it again, everybody, and I might have to get the virtual rifle out. Stop it. Knock it off. Quit. I would like to. This is a serious offer. 100%. 100%. This is real. I would like to offer $1,000 to a charity of Ty Rivera's choice for him to have an interview on this podcast. Now, we can do this at any location of his choice. My studio, his studio, a neutral third-party studio, in public somewhere, a park. Comedian Earl Skakel has volunteered to mediate this event. Earl has no reason for a bias in my direction. He's friend, or was friend until recently, with Ty Rivera. He's never even met me. But I do jerk off to him a lot. So, $1,000 to any charity of Ty Rivera's choice. People know, man of my word, any charity, legit charity, nonprofit. And it can't be some scam, okay? Like your dad's dead again. Or a comedy show where you just agree to perform 30 minutes on a lineup. You don't have to talk to anybody before or after. You just come perform 30 minutes of stand-up. It has to be real stand-up. You got to really try. You can't just come in there and be like, I'm only doing this for the money. Okay, you got to really, give people a show. And also the tickets, for that show, we'll donate to that charity as well. And again, you don't have to talk to anybody there. Come in, do the show, and leave. Or a podcast. 1 hour. 1 hour. Because I know you get out of breath if you go anytime over an hour. We've seen your videos. So this is real. I'll offer it. And I think we'll be able to do more, because especially if we do the comedy show, we can sell some tickets. Look, Irma in the chat is saying she'll donate $200 if he agrees. So look, people want this. The last thing I am is a violent person, an angry person. You can have anybody there you want. I don't care. Let a motherfucking lay hands on me. I don't care. So you can have anybody there. I'm not interested in touching you, hurting you. I like to really have a fair discussion. I want to know what happened to you and how do we fix it and move along. You say you're interested in getting along with people. If people want to get along with you, they can reach out. I don't have your number. I can't reach out. So I'm asking this way. I know it'll get back to you. I know you watch all this stuff, and I know people will send it to you. This is real. It's a way that something you care about can benefit, any organization. I don't care. You pick one, whatever you're into. It can be an LGBT gay T thing, or it could be, to get your hot dog lips re-injected. I don't care. Your choice. No, that's not a real one. But something with kids would be great. Cancer is always popular. I prefer it not to be with, helping anybody who didn't get out of the way of a hurricane. Because why reward the idiots? But we can even make deals where you can put it out on your podcast channel first, so you get the hits. Or I can give you all the money that the video makes on my channel as well. Or I'll not monetize it, or we'll donate it. We'll do it together. We'll put that video up as a fundraiser and commit that money to that organization as well. It's not about views or money or any of that shit. For me, anyway. I know you're nuts and put an ad every 4 minutes in your videos. People are already committing. I'll throw in 200 pounds. We got people overseas. Dan Ninen style sit down benefit. Yeah, like I do this all the time with people. Like, so you're not being in danger or anything like that. And I know that you're anxious to, like, I'd like to bury the hatchet and stop the heat. This has been a tremendous disembarkment from my norm. So look, that's the offer. I think we could do even more. If we sell tickets and stuff, there's not a comic in town who wouldn't want to come to this. I bet we could get one of the clubs that hasn't banned you yet to host it. Got some new clubs opening in town. They'd probably love to have it. And nobody's going to lay hands on you, don't worry. Gooch won't be there. Oh, fuck. Little bit of blood. Okay, so that's that. This guy Trouble's insane. He's the kind of guy too, like if I did see him, I'd be like, whoa. And then I'd be like, oh, no. I'm sorry, but anybody who like can't pay comics for their show isn't like, if you have to go around, scrounging up $16, $50, paying people. I'm not kidding you, like $11 at a time and shit. It's like, what are you peeling off ones? Jesus Christ, Captain Steubing. Like, what the fuck? Don't put your hair up in devil horns if you can't afford enough gel to replace what you squeeze out of the tube. It's cringe. You putting your hair up in gel and not paying comics? Gross. Watch the number of people fall. Apparently, he has burlesque dancers on, because it's like, what are you, a teen boy? Going through it for the first motherfucking time? Where you're like, what's going on? I can't even sit through a comedy show without some titties. It's like, ew. This isn't the fucking club. This isn't the fucking strip joint. Slap the gel out. I gotta let the ladies know I'm fucking dangerous, honey. You ain't. LA looks. It's cringe. You say you want, like, you say you're going to fucking rehab and reforming and shit. It's like, stop then. Stop. You're talking shit about podcasting? Are you out of touch, bitch? Are you out of touch? Fuck. Get it together. We'd love to have you on the show. Artemio Rios. Is that a city in Portugal? I don't know what's going on, man. This whole fucking scene is crazy. Your voice sounds like it's fighting gravity. Good. I hope I don't have long to go. I get yelling. I don't hydrate. I think I have COVID. I caught COVID from Josh Denney's tweets. A benefit for lupus? I don't even know what that is. All right, look. We've got more important things to do than to make fun of a guy who gets 2 likes on every post. And okay, we've got a main event tonight. We've got something pretty big. Look, we made a video recently making fun of Diaz Mackey for not knowing how to use commas on posts. Last week, this chick who I don't know posted an article about Diaz claiming that he essentially forced himself on her. I guess rape. I don't know if she said that exactly or not, so I don't want to put words in her mouth. I'm pretty sure she did, but I don't want to, We read it on the show. I didn't say it on the show because I didn't want to influence anything. But I thought at the time, Diaz he's got to respond to this. You can't have this woman come out and say you fucking barebacked her on a shitty smelly mattress covered in breakfast cereal and finger banged her asshole and then said, and you gotta do it in Diaz Mackey's voice too, which has that crazy high pitch but also the lisp. I thought I figured your asshole. I just want to cuddle. I'm just trying to cuddle. So I've known Diaz Mackey for 10 years. I remember him telling me a couple years ago that I just beat these rape charges, this crazy bitch, da 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 da. So I was like, wow, all right. So this thing comes out yesterday. He goes on a bender. I don't know if the posts are still up on his Facebook. Do I have Diaz Mackey's Facebook? Let's see. Diaz Mackey. Now, I guess his name is Rando. People. Diaz Mackey. Okay, so we got Diaz Mackey here. And he's doing a lot of political posts now. He went live again an hour ago. What the fuck is this?
Trying to think and steady this phone between my legs, to be quite honest.
I'm just trying to cuddle.
This is the last video I'm gonna say on this. Speak on this whole
Jesus.
Heron, aka Shauna Christmas thing, just because
Christmas is a bad
this is her
name
only publicity. This is what she wanted
for a guy with a lisp
for
to
me
have
think
to say.
about her. And about to move on and move forward and refuse to do that. But I did feel like I did need to expose her. Not even defend myself anymore, because there's no defense to defend anymore. I mean, it's already been played out in court. I was not convicted. The DA realized they fucked up. Still tried to cover themselves. Put me on a bullshit conspiracy to commit battery charge, probation. Anybody know anything about law and conspiracy to commit battery, that's not a real fucking charge. You know that. Come on now. I refuse to be bullied by comics, for goddamn sure. That's just never been in my nature to sit down and be bullied by anybody, let alone comics. It's crazy that we live in a day and age where they want to stick up for everybody, but then don't. And it definitely lets you know that they think way less of black men than black women. But we already knew that. You got a black man screaming here, hey, I didn't do this shit, I'm a victim. People know that bitch is crazy. Still want to ride with it. But we won't do that. I will say this.
Say
Again,
it.
and I said it earlier, I'm very thankful and grateful to all of you who have stayed by my side. I do recognize that this hasn't happened to me, but it's happened for me. It has made me a better person and a much better comic. I am very appreciative to all the my female friends who have reached out to me. It's been actually quite a few of you. It's funny because when I did road gigs, when I was working the road, mainly all I took out with me was it was because I was doing mainstream shows in the variety, to be honest, it was female comics or male white comics as openers. And I took out a couple black comics. But
how long is this?
Doing
holy
mainstream
shit,
shows.
20 minutes.
I
Okay.
would find it sometimes me
This is
coming
like the
out.
third or fourth video he's made on this. But yesterday he was doing like it looks like he deleted a lot of posts. Because yesterday he had a bunch of posts like, this fucking dumb bitch, this skank ass hoe. Like, it was pretty nasty. And then he went live. Now look, I said you gotta come back at this. Somebody says you raped them, you sexually assaulted them multiple times in different ways. You have to come back at this. It's insane if you didn't do it to let it go, right? So you'd have to answer this. Because the way he always framed it to me, that it was less than rape and that he beat it in court. And I didn't really, get any more details than that or whatever. So I don't, I've never met the chick that wrote the thing, who the victim, alleged victim here. And I'm using that terminology because I don't know shit. Diaz can think I'm a comic who's attacking him. I don't know nor care about any of that. If you did rape this girl, that's insane. It's human garbage behavior, very Baby Shark stuff. And, examine your life, get it together. It seems like you got a good thing going now. And don't do that to any more people. That it's also very understandable why this chick is running around slamming your name everywhere. Seems pretty reasonable. Oh, this chick, God, Irma, you're too slow and behind for this group. I'm sorry. You got to go back to Ty's channel. Go over there. I'm serious. Like, that's your speed, man. You need somebody who just repeats himself every week and reaffirms your nonsense. I can't, it's too much over here for you. She can't keep up, man. What did Diaz do? Jesus Christ. Really? Unplug out of here now. Get. Remember when I said that all the people in Ty's chat room are out of it Mexican moms? And I didn't mean it in any way to belittle them other than saying you're out of it. They're all like this chick. Just what? What's happening? Are we singing karaoke? Like a new puppy that, has insane dick energy. Dial it back. Also, I do things in a very, very, as people have pointed out, drawn out way. and really expound on narrative. So I'll probably cover it. You know, it'll probably be, I won't lead you into a situation where you don't know what's going on. So sit back, smoke some weed, and go along with the ride. You're going to be fine. Stop whispering in everyone's ear during the movie. Do you know what's going on? Who's that guy? What happened with Diaz? Don't worry about it. You're gonna get caught up. Welcome to the Onions. We do things a little bit differently around here. Sorry about that. I can't. This chick's giving me agita. You were talking about me. I'm the only Mexican mom in here. Be specific. Fuck. No. See, she doesn't even know. Jesus Christ. She doesn't even know what I'm talking about. She thinks that I'm talking about my chat. Like she's so out of it. This is it. And this chick's a comic too. Like, Jesus. Wake up. Get with it. We don't have time to step you through it all. God damn. I know. I get it. No. That is your final warning before we boot you, because we've had enough. This is, behavior that just upsets most of our core. Okay, so Diaz Mackey has deleted all the crazy posts. I knew I should have grabbed those yesterday, but I didn't. But I did grab the video before he takes that down. And I think you're going to want to take that video down, Diaz. It's insane. You had to respond, but I thought you would respond in kind. You know, I thought you would respond, like come up with a statement and release the statement and move on. Because I guess he's getting canceled off shows now. Like this lady going after his dollars. So Diaz puts out a video and it goes something like this. He pours himself a glass of whiskey, what it looks like. He gets drunker as it goes on, it seems like. He's vaping on a pen. It's not a great time. Let's have a watch. Oh, some baby sharks. Oh, sorry.
How we doing? Listen, y'all. Slide on in. Oh, wait for y'all. I tried to come in late, but we got one. I'm gonna wait till some of y'all come in before I get started. And going on this bullshit.
Now it looks like he's in a bedroom.
Well. What up, Angie?
There's a bed, a headboard, and above the headboard, a piece of wall art with
football is well over in Vegas.
White angel wings. Looks like a Victoria's Secret runway show.
Who's all in, so I'm just kind of waiting.
Caw behind him,
Get some more numbers in before it really gets into the bullshits.
Get some more numbers in before it. Okay. Go ahead.
It's been 6 years. 6 years of this shit. The alleged date was
6 years of rape.
December 31st of 2014. It is 2021. That's 7 years. So
stop donating here. We don't like it.
But this is why you never settle, never compete.
Shark do baby shark do baby shark do baby shark.
Oh God!
Kill the whole thing.
Got 11 out of it.
I thought she'd be happy with the fact that she got 2.5 years of my life on probation for some bullshit that she knew I didn't do.
Oh.
No, y'all want to stay in for this, so don't go nowhere.
What? Okay.
Because I will be. She toxic as a motherfucker, Louis, and I will be reading from my favorite fictional column. I'll be reading from Shauna Christmas. Yeah.
Okay.
I figured story time with Diaz Mackey. Why not?
Already, the energy here is cringe-tastic. This woman wrote a pretty fucking detailed and graphic account of sexual assault that went on for an entire night, apparently, allegedly. You're coming in a little hot with the giggling and laughing about it. Like, look, I understand if you want to refute it line by line. Drinking, smoking, and giggling and Joker-esque laughing, I would argue, is not a good... If you have a lawyer, he fucking hates when you do this.
We'll kick this off. Shauna, 3 days ago, wrote an article. I figured she decided to write an article because she sees that I just did a show in front of over 200 people. She's probably not getting booked. Somebody has told her that nigga look happy over there, and she in her feelings again, and she needs attention. And this is what leeches do. So here we go, story time.
So name calling already. This is
A writer this evening, a great fictional writer. She has great potential. Shauna Christmas. And here we go. She writes, "No more silence. We are sick as our secrets. You must tell. You must get it off so that you can breathe."
yeah. This
Jennifer
gets
Lewis, the mother of Black Hollywood.
Moody says this is manic.
that.
It feels a little manic. He goes, it's so
Quotations.
light in the beginning,
Shame needs
and there's anger.
3 things to
It's a
grow
little,
exponentially in our lives. Secrecy, silence, and judgment. The only antidote is empathy. It cannot survive being spoken and being met with empathy. Bryn Brown, shame expert. They wrote that. I didn't know you could be a shame expert, but they wrote that. That's their credit.
Oh no.
Here we go. Shauna. I fought myself for years about writing this. After seeing how victims of sexual assault are treated for not going to the police, I thought I would be spared because I did.
Packing a bong, do 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 do. Packing a bong, do 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 do.
I'm writing this now because I'm tired.
Moody says,
Tired
even
of
if you're
being
innocent,
weighed
you don't
down by
make
the
this video.
shame
I
that
agree.
happened to me.
This is
what
not the
happened
way to do this.
Tired of being afraid to feel safe in my hometown. Why are you afraid? Who's threatening you? I haven't thought about you ever in life. This is no longer serving me. Here is the whole truth. So let me read this again, just because I did interrupt. I fought myself for years about writing this. After seeing how victims of sexual assault are treated for not going to the police, I thought I would be spared because I did.
It says this is an
It turns out that
8-minute
most people
read
simply don't
on
care.
Medium.
I'm writing this
Liars.
now because I'm tired.
Sean
Tired of being
McCann,
weighed
everybody.
down by the shame of what happened. Tired of being afraid to feel safe in my hometown. This is no longer serving me. Here's the whole truth.
Nothing but the
I had been doing stand-up comedy for a little over a year when I finally got my first paid gig on.
Now I get why he
December 4th,
uses so many
2014.
commas. It all makes sense.
I was really excited to be on the flyer for the first time and do the show. I was also looking forward to meeting the headliner, Diaz Mackey. I was initially intrigued by Diaz because he would often post these fake deep
more
posts
I
on his
words.
Facebook page about comedy and how it sometimes is hard and how lonely it can be. I found that interesting and rare because most comedians only talk about their wins.
Losers.
So, wanted to talk to him more. We exchanged friendly messages on Facebook prior to performing together. The night of the show,
You're talking about your
he
wins.
suggested
You're
that
talking
we go
about
out
your
to a gay bar.
ends.
This didn't happen. This is
what I'm
one of the
saying.
made-up parts and completely different from what's on court documents. But here we go. This is what makes this funny. Because I actually went out with Wally Edwards after the show, but here we go.
Wally?
The night of the show, he suggested that we go out to a gay bar and we dance into the late night. He kissed me on the dance floor. I didn't resist. But I was certainly uncomfortable. Thinking back on this, definitely a red flag ignored. After the club, I gave him a ride to where he was staying that weekend, and while in the car, there was more kissing. It became a bit more aggressive, and I reluctantly allowed him to perform oral sex on me in my car.
What?
Happened, by the way.
That's crazy. He ate her
I
out
was
in the
caught
car.
off guard and uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything in the moment. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you stop talking to him after that? Yeah. Why didn't you stop him then? Yeah. Because it didn't happen.
Dream diary.
By the way, this part completely different from the actual court documents. Like, this thing went to court. I went on probation for a conspiracy to commit battery. Like, we have court documents that will later be brought out. I will do all of this later.
Oh,
I have to go back to Vegas now and make a trip. But yeah, completely against court documents. But so here we go.
Fucking.
After the club, I gave him a ride to where he was staying that weekend, and while in the car, there was more kissing. It became a bit more aggressive, and I reluctantly allowed him to perform oral sex on me in my car. I was caught off guard and uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything in the moment. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Who's doing that?
Why didn't you stop talking to him after
That's
that?
inappropriate.
Why didn't you stop him then? And I understand the logic behind that. You should, because that is the fucking logic. But
not
what must be
appropriate.
understood is that I struggle with standing up for myself, and I'm a people pleaser. Oh my God. Really? Shona Christmas. A people pleaser. Okay.
Moody says there's no universe where this is good for his case. Yeah, I mean, I do agree wholeheartedly.
Because I'm a people pleaser. Yes, I know that's hard to believe because I'm tall. Yeah, you said it.
Dude, I wanted
that's hard to believe. Because I'm
this
tall, athletic,
this
and
looks
mostly
so bad,
outspoken.
man.
But ever since I was a kid, I desperately wanted people to like me because I was different. So I continued to talk and hang out with Diaz after that because I was glad that someone liked me. And as sad as that may be, I also wanted to believe that this was just a random drunk night out thing. On a separate occasion, we engaged in oral sex when he was back in town. I never told anyone I was talking to Diaz because I didn't want to be labeled as one of those girls who sleeps around for
Never
stage.
do.
Really? Notice how she said we engaged in oral sex. So this is probably the first time that we actually hung out that she's speaking of. When she came over to my cousin's house and sucked my dick while I was sick.
Jesus.
With a cocaine cold. But
Sick with a cocaine
she just tried
cold.
to slide that in because, someone's trying to be innocent.
Smoke weed every day.
And then she did tell someone, that was how I found out. That people knew is because Bobby Stotts, who now doesn't like me, but he was like, Shauna suck your dick? And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, she bragged to me like it was like a rite of passage. And I was like, wow. Like, I was trying to keep it a secret because I didn't want people to think that she was getting stage time because she was sucking my dick. And it only happened that time, and then it happened again after that, but let's hear no later. And that's court documented. All right. So,
That's not here nor later.
I never told anyone that I was talking to Diaz because I didn't want to be labeled as one of those girls who sleeps around for stage time, especially being so new in the game. I did my best not to say anything to my peers. I did my best. So she admits that she probably fucked up and bragged about it, just in case I blasted her out and said that. I did my best not to say anything to my peers or at all, which ended up benefiting him in the long run. Yeah, it benefited me. I served 2.5 years of probation for some shit that I didn't do. It benefited me. The fuck? On New Year's Eve of 2014, I had started the night at another comedian's house to count the new year, and Diaz was there with his friend. I found myself with him at a house belonging to a couple there that he was staying with. Now, I stop it here at this paragraph because here's where it gets interesting, folks.
Oh, God. Now?
Per the court document.
It's never good when you have to say
so
per
I'm
the court
hoping that maybe
documents.
a lawyer is watching this and can help me out because we have a perjury case, right? Because her court report testimony, so to speak, because there's never really a court, but her
Is that
her
Latin?
statement, court documented statement in my paperwork in Vegas says that we did a comedy show together that evening. And from that comedy show, she took me over to an after party, which that was also a lie. This is actually more closer to the truth than that story so far. This version of the 2014 part of New Year's Eve, that is.
What?
She was at a comedian's house. She was at Tabloid's house. I was not already there. I arrived much
All
later
right.
in the
We got to
evening.
stop this and get
After
racial.
2 o'clock with Sean McBride.
We
I'm
got to
just
get
gonna
racial.
throw that out there because I'm not holding any bars anymore.
You know, I don't want to make this a big thing, actually, but I'm gonna need all the black comedians to knock it off with the names. You gotta stop. I don't know if it's helping. Tabloid, Wody, Shaka Man. I don't know what you're doing. When you're on a flyer, you look like a DJ or a kid's birthday clown. It's always weird, you know. Just have your name. You're not a rapper. You're not Lil Haha. You ain't Backyard Burn. These are not names. Okay? I mean, come on. Tabloid? Those are all better than Gooch, though. Yeah, that's what. Look, Gooch is a radio guy, so that's what that sounds like. You're listening to Doug and the Gooch on mornings, 97.4 FM. You know, you might be going, Patrick, FM frequencies don't use, even decimal numbers. And I'd be like, nerd. But that's what they always sound like. You know what I mean? It's always like, you're listening to the Morning Zoo with Penis and the Nudge. What are you doing over there, Nudge? And it's just like, ugh. So, of course, he's Gooch. It's all, you know what I mean? They're all, this is all like, stuff you have to be in the radio biz. But you got to knock it off. Look, we have a lot of very funny black comedians. You don't need the name. Just use your name. Just use your name. You have a name? Use your name. Or, you know what? Or make up a fake name like Diaz Mackey. He was Randolph. He goes, no one's ever going to do that. I sound like a furniture store salesman. And then they changed it. So, just a quick, heads up there with that stuff.
Tired of trying to protect other people and all that stuff like that, and this bullshit, and taking all these fucking bullets. So, and I love Sean. That's my brother. So, she states on New Year's Eve of 2014, Kimani, 2014, I started the night at another comedian's house to count down the new year, and Diaz was there with his friend. I later found myself with him at a house belonging to a couple they were staying with. At the couple's house, there was alcohol on the kitchen counter and a table, lines of cocaine, chips, and other leftover finger foods.
This sounds like a choose-your-own-adventure game.
This is true. A few bar stools was pushed up next to the table.
Right? Doesn't it sound like that? Like you walk into the room, on the table is a half-drink bottle of wine, a bag of chips, a line of cocaine, and a calculator. What would you like to do next? Pick up the calculator. What would you like to do with the calculator? Lines of cocaine. This is written very odd, but it's detailed.
Where I was invited to sit next to him. That part, not true. I've been to parties like this before. I've never judged those who partake in drugs, and part of me was curious to see what the big deal was about. Lies. Here's what happened.
Oh, what happened? What?
Walked into the house.
This isn't funny, though. Like, it's just the wrong tone.
Never rode together in the car.
It's very, very manic-like.
Sean and I was driving because I was high on Adderall at the time. Couldn't get drunk. She followed me from Tabloid's house to another friend's house, to where McBride and I was staying. McBride doesn't do drugs. He smokes weed, and he barely drinks. That is a Christian, clean, get into the shoes, Clark Kent boy if you ever met one. That's what I love about him. Anyway.
Oh, that's what you love him.
We go to the proprietor's house, and I won't mention their names for their own secrecy. But they had coke on the table. And the voice in my head told me not to do the coke if you're finna go fuck. Because she already said that she wanted to fuck. That was why she was coming over.
They
I said, you know what?
do.
If I like her, I'm going to still get hired. So I did the coke, offered it to her. She, to her credit, declined. She did not do it. Grabbed a drink. Now she's trying to act like she partook. But that's to coincide with the story that she tries to paint later. But again, this is all contrary to what's actually documented in the court documents.
Okay. So now he's saying that, like, she says she did coke, but he's saying she didn't do coke. Why would you say you did coke as a rape victim if you didn't do coke? Because it just makes you look bad. Moody said, hey, do you know that part in every movie where there's a good guy protagonist cackles maniacally about a victim of sexual assault? Yeah, I don't understand. I really don't. It's a little nutter butters for me.
So glad that she did this. She thought that she was fucking me up. You cost me a $40 golf gig. You just freaked me up because you switched up your story one too many times, bitch. Here we go. All right. Take whatever this is.
Drinking whiskey.
At the couple's house, there was alcohol on the kitchen counter, and table, lines of cocaine, chips, and other leftover finger foods. She mentioned the finger foods. This bitch is a right.
Weird escape room.
A few bar stools were put up next to the table where I was invited to sit next to him. I've been to parties like this before. I've never judged those for taking drugs, and part of me was curious to see what the big deal was about. The female homeowner made me a drink. She did a few lines of coke with them, and they offered me some. I tried my very first line of coke that night. Lying bitch. It was surprisingly boring. We drank, talked for a little while before heading upstairs to bed. I couldn't risk driving home on New Year's Day after drinking. It was also pretty late. It was probably like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So it was pretty late, but anyway. Trigger warning. This is like in bold print, this part. This is so like column worthy written. The room upstairs. I almost want to mention the homeowner's name so they can be insulted at how this bitch describes the room that I was staying in. Now, like, it was like basically a B&B. She wanted to paint like it was my room, like I'm living here, so she made it grim. Listen to this. The room upstairs had a mattress on the floor. Okay, it's entertaining. All right, this had a whole. All right, okay. All right, it's so funny. The room upstairs had a mattress on the floor. It smelled like stale fast food and old weed, like a teenage boy's room. One of a starving artist. This bitch remembered all of this detail 6 years later. Come on, man. It was really traumatic for her that evening. Yeah, this is a real story traumatic. It smelled like stale fast food and old weed. Like a teenage boy's room. One of a starving artist. I had laid down on the bed, fully clothed, and attempted to get some sleep. Then I was being cuddled, which was okay. Then there was some kissing and an attempt to remove my shirt. No, quotations. Stop, I don't want to, I said. My requests were ignored. And it's going to go bad. More and more as I was advanced upon. It goes bad. And my cries of resistance went unheard. My pants were being unzipped as I tried to push away.
Jesus.
Things started to move quickly as I tried to navigate what was going on and also try to be cool. I'm trying to be cool while possibly being raped. I am so sorry I laughed. I apologize to anybody that's been raped. That rape is not funny. That scenario is, I was trying to be cool while, okay. Things started to move quickly. As I tried to navigate what was going on and also try to be cool, his hands moved so fast, like he had more than two. Because I'm an alien, bitch. I swear she listened to Ty Rivera's podcast and heard me say it was like I had more than two hands. And then...
Ty School.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. His hands moved so fast, like he had more than two. Suddenly, my pants were off. I tried to stop him, but he's stronger than me.
This is so hard.
I honestly was just hoping that he would see how he was hurting me and stop on his own, but he did not. He forces a finger into my anus, and I tell him to stop. Oh my God, I'm from, oh, fuck. I should have warned you all. This is also a comedy. I apologize. I don't know. Victims. and anyone who has been traumatized by any events like this. I do apologize. Again, here we go. His hands move so fast.
You heard it here first. Wes calls it baby shark.
Shark do-do-do-do-do, baby shark do-do-do-do-do, baby shark do-do-do-do-do, baby shark.
Stop on his own, but he did not. He forces a finger into my anus, and I tell him to stop. He gets on top of me, and I try to fight him off, but he twists my arms. And at that point, I thought it would be better for me not to fight. Again, there's 3 other people in this house that she's forgot to write about in this story. How come you're not screaming, bitch? You don't think the 3 other people would have came in and been like, what the fuck is going on? But I digress. Make it make sense, Jesus. But here we go. Oh my God. Oh, you can tell she went to college. Some of the punctuation is off, but you can tell she went to college.
Oh no.
I tried to fight him off. He twisted my arms. At that point, I thought it would be better for me not to fight. He attempts to penetrate me, and I beg him to put a condom on. If I couldn't stop the assault, at least trying to stop a pregnancy or STD. Bruh, this is a drama novel.
A dravel.
If I couldn't stop the assault, at least trying to stop a pregnancy or an STD. I was surprised that he obliged. What rapist in the history of rape is like, oh.
This is...
Let me stop my rape to put on a condom because you asked me to, ma'am. Oh my God. Oh, make it make sense, Jesus. And people are reading this shit and believing it. Like, a couple people have deleted me. Like, I've seen the Facebook shits. I got canceled from the show. That's why I'm doing this shit. Because this, oh my God. All right.
I don't like the look of it.
Oh, I'm crying. Jesus. All right.
Moody makes a great point here. This is fantastic. It's like round 1 of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Question is, you've been falsely accused of sexual assault. What's the best course of action? And he's just like, laugh at the victim. Final answer. Yeah, it's fucking that exactly. It's bad enough he's doing nothing to refute her. He's publicizing what makes him look guilty. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if you've ever watched there's a guy on YouTube that's fantastic. Breakdowns of interrogations. Jim Can't Swim, JCS. This level of acting not guilty. This is this really theatrical attempt to appear so cavalier that it's humorous. Like, that's mania. That's a little too hot for me. When you're actually accused of something serious and you didn't do it, you respond angry, outraged, confused. You have questions. It's not a laughing time, unless you're a nutcase, or you're just looking to troll and have fun. But you wouldn't think. I guess he's through it, so he's not like being charged with anything now.
Was surprised that he obliged. I am like the friendliest rapist ever. Only to find out later that he stealthed me. Oh, so sneaky.
I hate when people
Stealthy
report.
is when a man removes a condom without telling his partner during sex, which is viewed as a form of assault. She learned that, I swear to God, because Tyler Vera posted a post about that like prior to it. I swear to God. Oh, fuck. All right. Stealthing is when a man removes a condom without telling his partner during sex, which is viewed as a form of
She
sexual assault. And that's some fucked up shit. I'll admit that is fucked up shit.
He admits it, guys.
Hey, you know who lives in this house? A great big phony!
And I got kicked out of the group, so I don't know. Here we go. Fortunately for me, the cocaine had started to affect his performance, and he was unable to complete his mission. Okay.
Oh no.
For those of you keeping track, I raped her, but
Somebody get a
thankfully
tape
for
of that.
her, the cocaine had affected me, and I was unable to complete my mission. Did I fuck you or didn't I fuck you? Right? You see where this shit's not adding up, even in her own story? This double talk. It's like she's a liberal Democrat or she's Dr. Fauci or somebody.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying!
Hi, and me talking about coke dick in the court reports, and was like, "Let me slide this in here." Oh fuck! So apparently, I didn't fuck her according to her account because the cocaine saved her, but at the same time, I did. Fortunately for me, the cocaine started to affect his performance, and he was unable to complete his mission. When he was done, I tried to leave, but he wouldn't let me. He made sure that I stayed and cuddled with him, because every rapist wants to cuddle with his victim. I don't know. I shouldn't laugh at that. I apologize, because I'm not a rapist. I don't know what rapists do. For those of you who are victims out there, you may know. I don't know if they try to cuddle or not. It doesn't seem like the behavior for me, but yeah. So he made sure that I stayed and cuddled with him. The next day, I got up, got dressed, and tried to leave the house as quickly and quietly as I could.
I hate when people
He woke
report.
up as I was putting on my pants, which that didn't happen. I actually woke up first. Got her up and told her it was time for her to go. Sean actually walked out in the hallway and watched us walk outside. He walked us to the car. He could verify all of this other bullshit that is a lie. He woke up as I was putting on my pants, but didn't say anything. I got to my car and took off. I cried all the way home.
You know what it is, man.
Hours later, I started getting texts from Diaz recounting the assault in detail. I saved these screenshots for if and when I decided to come forward. This is what was given to the police. All right. Now, family.
Preach.
This is where it does get dicey. In my attempts to capitulate and apologize and try to make things good because I had just upset this bitch and told her that I want to fuck with her no more in conversation. And then other texts that are missing from the context. It's going to look a little dicey. It looks fucked up. I even said this in court for with my attorney. I was like, this shit look fucked up.
This is going
These text
great.
messages are not new. This is why I went to court. The text messages, they look bad. I can admit that. I don't like it. But here we go. Just as a listener, when you need me, I'll be... I love you, Steve. You're my bro.
And it's gonna go bad.
Right, here we go. They're already doctored, but it is what it is. Diaz, New Year's Day, 1/1/15 at 11:17 a.m. This is me. I wish you hadn't left. She responds, I shouldn't have been there. My response, yes, you should have. You shouldn't have left the way you did. 11:15, you're disrespectful. I'm sorry. No, you're not. I am, though. I wish you hadn't left. Where we go from there?
It gets I'm not even kidding you. It gets so much worse.
To the next screen.
I was watching this live going, what is he doing? Why would you ever do this? Wait until we get to the point where he says, sometimes I wish I had raped her. Over and over and over again, by the way. Oh, yeah. I'm not kidding.
It doesn't show through the text or the time verification. It was like, I knew you'd be able to tell. It'd be stupid if you was being with one person and not using one. I am sorry. I'm really. Me trying to capitulate and make everything good. At this time, I'm apologizing. But I'll just keep reading everything as it is. You still tried to force your way in like it wasn't a big deal. And this isn't even the account of this night, to be quite honest. This is a whole different thing, but we'll go on with that. I can't trust you. And I said, no, I stopped, and I am sorry. You didn't. How many times did I tell you to stop? This is a text message, because I want to be completely transparent. I honestly don't remember. I remember saying I couldn't feel you, but I thought I stopped. But you stopped me. I am sorry. That's me being capitulatory.
What does that mean?
You were forcing me to cuddle. You were being super aggressive. You tried to manipulate the situation. You couldn't get what you wanted. I said, blame that on alcohol and wanting to cuddle. You scared the shit out of me.
This guy said, I'm either too young or too old for this if it really goes there. Just fucking
so you can tell
watch.
Whatever. I do it, mean it. I'm sorry, I never want. I'm sorry, I feel horrible. I'm sorry. Whatever that means. She says, you shoved your finger in my ass. I told you to stop. You didn't. You don't give a fuck about me. You're a monster. I said, what? Did I? Yes, you did. I honestly don't remember that. I'm sorry. This is me trying to capitulate. She said, easy excuse.
What is love?
I said, Shauna, I'm sorry. That's what I intended and all. You don't understand the word no. Bad thing. This is when I could see that she's trying to be funny. Then I said, yeah, that is, I don't remember you saying stop except the condom this morning, and I am sorry. You do say the same thing, you're sober. That's my fault. I know the kind of person you are. I gave you another chance. It's stupid. You gave me another chance. Where's the other chance coming from? See, this is where shit doesn't line up. I'm sorry. This is me. I'm sorry. I swear to you, I am. And I'm trying to say I'm sorry. And I'm saying I'm sorry because I'm saying she was saying that I hurt her. And I'm apologizing for hurting her feelings. Not physically at this time, which is why this is all like a bad fucking text. And she said, you have a fucked up way of showing it. And I said, you seem to make a good case, but I'm sorry. And she said, I seem. I said, wrong word. Fuck you, Diaz. You're in denial, a lot of shit, and you need to get it together. You violated me. I said, I'm not in denial, and you're absolutely right. I need my shit together. Because I'm trying to be capitulatory. That's where she ends the text message. Again, transparency, because I don't have shit to hide. She goes on.
I agree, Sean. I think he does
might be thinking that since
absolutely need to be more capitulatory.
And you would be wrong, given the circumstances and fear of being hurt further. I made a decision to take the path of least resistance.
I hope Moody's here for when he says that.
I wanted to have sex at all.
He might already be out.
I wanted to get him to get it over with. You might be also thinking that previous sexual encounters give a person blanket consent.
Fuck.
But I dare you.
Give us a like if you're enjoying this kind of content. Let us know down at the office,
I moved to LA a few months later, but still would run into him at shows. Because I was living in LA. I would even speak to him to be nice. Really? You walked up to me to speak to me to be nice. Makes sense. I would even speak to him to be nice. Going so long without saying anything made me feel awful. But part of me didn't want to cause drama for him. The final straw came 2 years later after the assault, when I had moved to New York. I thought being across the country would keep me away from him. But I
my throat hurts. I might really have COVID. I'm glad I'm vaccinated.
On flyers and photos with my friends. Now this is her trying to explain her post when she said,
I took a rapid test in New York. It was negative.
This is
I'll take another one, maybe.
I couldn't escape him. So I spoke up. Once I called them out, I had to figure out how to press charges from another state.
My dog also went into heat today, so that sucks ass. She was going to get spayed next week, and now I got to wait.
This is her, again, watching Ty's post. Ty, she's a viewer. Jeffrey Wiles, we know you watched it, which is, I guess, her boyfriend.
We know you watched it.
Co-host, so we know. So they took information from the podcast, and they're trying to build it into the story.
Well, it was a mistake to go on that podcast and talk about your rape accusation. That's crazy.
She knows that I'm the one that made it.
Don't do that kind of stuff. This is nutty stuff.
So here we go. So she continues to write, after going to the police, Diaz was arrested and charged with 4 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of coercion. It was
Cohershey's.
I also learned he had 2
partnership with
previous domestic
Cadbury.
violence charges in the past, and also that his real name is Randolph. Ugh. First of all, you see the personal shit?
Don't even lie.
I've never hid the fact that my first name is Randolph. That's my first name. My middle name is Diaz. But then why the same emotional shit when she said the person talks about his down.
I don't care.
This is
My
so
jokes don't go
fucking
over. I don't
personal.
care. Everybody, I don't care.
Anybody seeing this shit?
I don't
This is somebody's school and their range. But I digress. The district attorney pleaded him down to conspiracy to commit battery. I made him charged, by the way, because I wasn't the perfect victim. They literally said because I did coke that night, which she did not. This is her made-up story to try to back up out of it, to make it look like she's the victim, and this is the reason why it didn't go down the way it didn't go down. Instead of knowing the way it went down is because I embarrassed DA in front of court, and they had to capitulate and try to figure out a way to back their way out of and still protect themselves. Anyway, the district attorney pleaded him down to conspiracy to commit battery because I wasn't the perfect victim. Because you weren't a fucking victim at all, bitch. Who lets a rapist off without having to say that he's a fucking sexual predator? And signing off and telling people that. That seems like the law would be jeopardizing society. But I digress. See, these are things, this is what they call critical thinking. When you start putting one and one together and you start realizing that her shit doesn't make fucking sense. I'd be a fucking sex offender. Anyway, the district attorney pleaded him down to conspiracy to battery because I wasn't the perfect victim. They literally said because I did coke that night that the jury wouldn't believe me. Also because I waited 2 years to come forward. And based on some things that people have said about victims, I guess I understand. I've had, and then she posts my arrest record. Now.
Oh, no.
They try to post the domestic violence. If you want to, you can go ahead and message these people. I've hid them for a while for their protection. But again, in the spirit of freedom, I'm tired of protecting people that I've been sitting on, protecting people while I've been taking...
I'm not releasing the names of the women I beat for their protection.
...brunt of all of this bullshit.
Got it.
Laura Lowe. I won't give her last name. If she can speak out, because I'm pretty sure she'll watch this or see it. She's one of the charges. She honestly doesn't even remember calling, but it was an argument. Women do this when you're trying to break up with them and they bitter. The same with the previous argument. I was leaving. She was upset. Women do bullshit, scorn shit. Hence, I mean... I know this because I'm dealing with this bullshit now.
Women.
6 years later,
most
Shauna
annoying people
in the world. Bullshit. Women scoring, you can see the angst in her. His real name is Randolph.
Blaming women.
Baby shark do baby shark do baby shark do baby shark.
Third. Sounds like your next fucking president. But I digress.
Oh shit. Did he just announce?
I've had other victims of sexual assault say that what happened to me was consensual sex gone wrong. They'd be wrong because we've never had sex. And I challenge Shauna Christmas
to the ALS ice bucket.
I will take a polygraph test. Ask Shauna to take a polygraph or challenge her in her truth, and I guarantee you get a visceral reaction.
Hey, go up to a rape victim and ask her for the truth about her assault. I bet you don't get a friendly reaction like, okay. You think? These people will be triggered immediately. Why would anybody do that? She wrote out her thoughts very coherently and presented them. I bet she didn't have a vape pen or a glass of whiskey in her hand when she did it. This doesn't look great, mi amigo. Come on. You want to take a polygraph test? Please. Please. Don't do it. Please. Don't do it. It won't go great. I'm telling you. I don't think people understand. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Take a polygraph. She filed a police report.
The only card to eat. And it's fucked up. And the only reason why I'm doing this shit now, and I'll continue to read from this story because this shit's not done, but it is almost. It's because it's not just affecting me. If it was just affecting me, honestly, I'm one of those guys, you teaching me something, I'm going to learn from it, whatever have you. Even Wendy was trying to tell me that this didn't happen to you, it happened for you. And I had accepted that aspect.
Wendy is his new girlfriend. She's a psychic medium, white woman that he just moved from Vegas in with her in Portland. She told him this didn't happen to you. This is not, your thing. Never look inside yourself for what happened. It's hardly ever.
Of this thing a long time ago. I had to in order to survive it. Because I've had people that I thought were my friends turn on me and all this shit while I've been being persecuted innocently. Never assaulted Shauna Christmas. But I always understand because I know if you're on the outside looking at it and you're a social justice warrior, I know just looking at it, I know how you would feel because I know how I would feel. So I don't like the look of it. Who don't know me or whatever have you that, okay, like, God, yeah, it's messy. But tell me this, and we have actual rape victims on there. First of all, this has not just affected me. This has affected my family. This is why I'm speaking out now. Is because it affected my mother, who was actually a rape victim and a rape baby.
Wow.
This affected my daughter. Affected my son. 6 years later, 3 years later, really, from this bullshit, a year after serving my time under probation for the conspiracy to commit battery, a year being done with that, and me being with Wendy, and she's seeing me doing shows and stuff like that, now this could possibly affect her and her children, which is why I'm setting up now, because you won't do that. That's what you won't do.
All right.
And it is messy, so I'll go ahead and continue with this. So she writes, I've had other victims of sexual assault say what happened to me was consensual sex gone wrong. Because I wasn't snatched in a dark alley and raped by a stranger. That person is wrong, and so is anyone else who thinks so. When someone says stop and you don't, that's assault. That line is absolutely true. No matter when someone says stop, when they say stop, you fucking stop. And that is why, since Shauna, everyone that I've slept with, and trust me, since the Shauna shit, everyone, record it.
Oh no.
Audio or visual.
Oh no.
Bank it, baby.
Oh no.
Digress.
Did you hear that?
I've had other victims, and I come back. And so is anyone else.
He just said
stop.
Every girl he's been with since this girl, he's recorded them audio or video. Holy shit. Again, if you have a lawyer, he's like, shut the fuck up. What is going on?
And you don't. That's assault. Again, absolutely fucking right. Period. As she writes. Absolutely right. I agree with her 100%. If that person is trying to move your hands away and you push them, that's it. That's assault. Gray area. People always going to try the second chance. If they're being aggressive, but you're always going to... But in this day and age, we'll say, yeah, you just stop. Freeze.
I hate when people report.
Give up. So we'll say that. Now, if that person is trying to move your hand away and you push them, that's it. That's assault. If you side with Diaz or any sexual abuser, you might want to ask yourself why. This is for she's trying to get cheerleaders. There are people who will still work with Diaz and give him places to feel safe to perform. Those people are obviously not worth my time. But the people who I thought were my friends and turned their backs on me hurt me the most. It's obviously taken me a long time to sort things out, and I'm still very pissed at the cowards who didn't have my back. But
you know what I'm saying? That's good what it is. What it is, y'all.
They're my best people, and I'm thankful for it.
You know what it is, man.
I should not feel like the bad person for going to the police. Bitch, you feel like the bad person because you know that you lie and it's eating at you. And that's why, bitch, you got fucking a tumor.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit.
But I digress. They're the best people, and I'm thankful for them. I should not feel like the bad person for going to the police, and I'm tired of beating myself for it and doing what everyone says victims should do. What do people say victims should do? Ultimately, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. We know that. You need to be booked. You need sympathy. Your life is boring. I deserve to be free from shame and to live a full life. I love myself enough to do that now. Now, that's it. I read all of it. I read all the text messages, as damning as it could be, because I have nothing to be ashamed of. Now, loved ones. I'll be making a trip to Vegas soon because I have to go.
Oh, shit.
Obtain the court
Bury some bodies.
From this case. Because this bitch has changed her story.
Bitch.
Completely. And it's proven. And I've also...
Oh, it's proven.
Hey. $20K. Hey. To go ahead and look up polygraph. That way, I'll go ahead and take a polygraph on a podcast. And honestly, I've always been doing this on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Honestly, look at what he just said. I want to do the polygraph on a podcast. Honestly, I've always dreamed of doing this on Joe Rogan's podcast. You've always dreamed of taking a polygraph about your rape accusation? On Joe Rogan's podcast, that's what you want to blow up from? What the fuck? Wow. Are you a megalomaniac? What's happening? If this is real, if you really want to do this, don't. If you really mean what you say, you want to prove your innocence, I'm telling you right now, when you come to Vegas, there's 100% Nobody Likes Onions offer. Right now, this is real. When you come to Las Vegas, we'll set it up with a polygraph company, a licensed, legit company that real lawyers in the mob use. I'll pay for it all. We can do it here, your location, at their office, We'll set it up. We pay for it all. The results are read live on a show, impartial. We'll figure it out. But, you know, we accept the results. You know, with no takesies, backsies, rapesies, frontsies, none of that stuff. If you're lying and it turns out you did do the rape stuff to her butt, you have to go out into the desert until you're dead. If it turns out she's lying, well, we won't know that. But if it turns out you didn't do this to her, you know, then we all help you rent a van, get a sack full of potatoes, and club her over the head until she's very, very sore from it. But you let me know. That's a lot of money I'm putting up. And we'll get the top guy. We're not going to go with like the $50 Groupon lie detector guy. They got to have new equipment. We want to know the state of the art stuff. Everybody should be able to like shock you from home if they donate. We'll figure it out, man. I'm in.
And I keep trying to be the bigger person. Like, I keep trying to move on. I keep trying to forgive this bitch and all types of stuff. And then shit like this happens, and it's just like,
Somebody said, how can dragging this out be good for him? Did his psychic wife suggest this?
I left Vegas. I gave Vegas to y'all. I left.
Wow.
I left.
Somebody told me he knew this was all coming out.
With my baby. And because you ain't got shit going, the only thing you can do is try to claim attached to me. To be any type of famous. Which lets you know, and my lawyer who originally served you told me, you're famous. And he was right. And that, when he told me that, I was actually pissed off and I wasn't trying to hear that. But when I sit back, he was right. Because when you do some shit like this to acquire your fame, you are.
The weakest link.
6 years later. 3 years later. After me going to jail. After you won that bullshit victory. Which I should have never capitulated to that. Let this be a lesson to all of you. There was something that she did say in there that was very powerful. And that was about when you are the victim and empathy. And first of all, I won't claim that victim title for me. Because I am truly under the mindset that this did not happen to me. It happened for me.
What does that mean?
So I would not be a victim of this bullshit. And it is exposing the other people, and it is making me learn different ways to branch out and cultivate my own audience. Which is why I was willing to do this. Because if you want to look at this and you want to delete me off of this, by all means, go right ahead. I understand it. God bless you. If I couldn't fuck with a rapist either. Which is why I'm not one. You feel me?
It's not funny.
It's funny how many fights I've actually been in. Transsexuals in a occurrence in these things and how liberal I actually am.
It's funny how many fights I've been in protecting transsexuals. Oh. What does that have to do with
I'm
anything?
an evil person, and it's funny because me knowing Bible and scripture.
Irma's like deleted and blocked. Actually, that's a reactive, emotional person.
I truly
grow up.
Try to forgive her so that I can move on and go past it, right? And because God will like forgive them to persecute you and all that. But then it comes to the point to where we're like, all right, God, like, she has no idea the grace and mercy that's been on her life thus far. We all don't. But sometimes you be like, Lord, my prayer is that the truth be exposed. My prayer has always been that she would tell him herself, to be honest. That way people could be lenient on her and she would survive whatever catastrophic fallout is going to be when all of this shit is revealed. But she really be digging her heels and saying, like, you almost admired her, but
she's really going through with this rape thing.
She got away with the first bullshit, and that was my fault. I got weak in the pressure and the bullshit that happened to me while I was incarcerated.
This is going great.
I should have stayed fast. And this is that warning, what I was saying earlier. Don't settle. This is a warning for you in life. And there are men out there who have been falsely accused of shit, and you feel victimized and you can't speak up. You've been silenced because of this culture and all of this, and it is time for us to speak up and have our voices heard. Shauna Christmas is the reason why actual victims don't get heard. Why someone has to say to them, okay, now let me hear the real story. Because this bitch got more variations of this story than COVID. For any of you who have actually been keeping track over the last 6 years, which I doubt many of you have, because who would? I haven't been keeping track. Like when I heard this version, a friend of mine sent me this the other day. And I laughed when he sent it to me. And then someone else. And I got ready to address it the other day when I got the third or fourth email. And then Wendy was like, no, don't address it. You're above this. And then when I got the email or the message, and he deleted me from the Facebook too. Portland comment, because they sensitive and they gonna be way more easy to fold. Was like, I'm sorry, but I can't have you out this weekend. I'm like, okay, bitch. You're going too far. Like, now you playing with my money again. And like, this shit. And now you fucking with somebody that you don't want to fuck with, because I have nothing to lose. And you never want to fight with somebody who has nothing.
These people are not funny.
Wendy's a psychic and a medium. She already know I ain't do shit.
She looks like a large to me.
Talk to the spirits before she let a motherfucker come be in the house with her fucking 14-year-old daughter. Stupid motherfucker.
So he's living in her house with her 14-year-old daughter, and he's got assault charges. Okay, it's getting weird, man. It doesn't look great, Diaz.
I ain't got shit to lose.
Well, that's not good. That's what you say right before you jump off a goddamn roof. I got nothing to use.
Come on, man.
Let us get you a polygraph.
Khalil, you stupid. You know what though? Like, here's the crazy thing, and this is where I do believe in spirits. Well, even being around Wendy, like I believe in all that.
What does that mean?
I could have been accused of anything, and it wouldn't have fucked with me, except for this.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the only thing that would have fucked with me, is being accused of this, and that's because God knows my heart and how protective I've always been of women.
What happened?
I hate when people report.
Honestly, but mulling over it, I need a lawyer friend. Because it's going to cost a lot to sue this bitch for defamation, but honestly, it's time. It is time. And I hope we didn't get her caught up on perjury, because this is a new article that this bitch wrote. Now, maybe she'll claim science fiction, But this is complete news story for what is actually on record, like in my file.
You know what
And
it
the
is,
funny
man.
thing is, I used to keep it with me.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
used to
That's
keep
good.
all
What it
my-
is.
the
What it is,
paperwork,
y'all.
Like all of it, the text messages, the fucking
you know what I'm saying?
Those incriminate her a lot when she doctors them, but I have the full emails and that work. She mentioned it because she wanted to clear a name for when I do blast her with that.
What?
So I'm just sick of it. It's 6 years running. It's all bullshit. Sometimes I want to find it entertaining, except for every now and then it messes with my money. The friends that it cost me, I had to chalk it up to they weren't my real friends. They were so.
Stop laughing. It's
my
creep.
real friends have been my real friends, and they have shown themselves through this. So I was very transparent in reading that bullshit. If you all want to block me or not want to book me
and miss the next
this,
one,
that's on you. God bless you. I promise you, those that you do, God's gonna bless you.
I love a good blessing
Because you're on the right side of things.
from God. Big fan.
And we gonna pray together.
Gross.
And touch and agree that the Heavenly Father,
This is real.
I am, that He reveals the truth to all of us. Right? In this situation, between Charlotte and myself, that the truth be revealed and revealed for itself.
Baby shark do-do-do-do-do, baby shark do-do-do-do-do, baby shark do-do-do-do-do, baby shark.
I'll polygraph. You can polygraph. We can go on. We can even go on Maury or one of them motherfucking talk shows where
Maury.
Daddy shark do-do-do-do-do, daddy shark do-do-do-do-do, daddy shark do-do-do-do-do, daddy shark.
Maury.
And I have never really seen her naked. So, she also has to prove that she truly doesn't have a dick. She could possibly have a dick. We don't know that.
Wow.
I can't verify, nor can I not verify that that's not true. She could be a tranny. And if she was, it wouldn't be anything wrong with that. But that is a possibility.
Yikes. Stripes. Fruit stripes gum. Last time I saw Diaz at the club, he was watching Bishop TD Jake on his phone. Jesus Christ. Some creflo-dollar
with that. For those of y'all who's going to stick by me and stick with me, and those of y'all who have, I appreciate you all. This is only making me stronger and better. And
this guy is insane.
On the horizon, Wendy K and I, we have recorded our first podcast. We will be dropping that soon.
Great.
Blame the delay on myself with the editing, and I just started a new job and all that, and trying to figure out really this app and how to disperse it, and then
don't worry about it. You'll get it.
Picture. But we will be dropping that, and then we'll be dropping our own podcast. My podcast will be more about social commentary, comedy, a mixture. Wendy K's will be solely psychic medium.
Oh, I'll be sure to subscribe.
Bye-bye, everybody.
It's just that I'm a little afraid of, but
yeah, black people don't do well usually with spiritual things, seances, summoning of guy schools, spirits, goblins. They're not really great with that kind of shit.
Medium and shit. I wake up, I'm like, who here?
Spooks, mediums.
Who is here?
Summons.
Go away. Like, you off. Like, your business hours are from 9 to
Ghosts are not in the,
when I'm in the bed asleep. She got a lot of mirrors here, too. And they say mirrors is gateways, doorways and shit. I don't like waking up in the middle of the night, walking past all these fucking mirrors.
Somebody said so. It wasn't rape because she's trans.
It's different.
Yep.
That's where we at with that.
Flag on the play.
Be on the lookout for Winnie K's podcast.
Wendy K.
Make It Make Sense was.
Everyone knows it's Wendy. Opens her house to Diaz Mackey. He is accused of sexual assault.
Like, I read it and I was like, that was entertaining.
She wants to start a podcast about spirits. Everyone knows it's Wendy.
Anybody new to this bullshit, like, they might be like, oh my God. And I can get why the domestic violence and shit like that might scare.
And her boyfriend has priors too. And she also has a daughter who's 2 plus 12.
For a reason. Let that be a lesson to everybody.
Let that be a lesson for you.
Even being compensatory.
You
never know. An innocent text can come back and do some bullshit.
You'll never know when an innocent text.
I am talking about something completely
This
different.
looks bad, Diaz.
Than what they look like. But it is what it is.
He should do a podcast where he only interviews comics who have been accused of sexual assault.
That was the whole reason.
Call it You Too, Me Too. That would be dope,
Because
actually.
they was like, oh shit.
That'd be pretty good if people made a
Bullshit.
podcast
She talking
about that.
They said I wasn't the perfect victim. Bitch, they said that you wasn't a victim. I'm the first black guy in history that they was like, you know what? We're going to let him skate by the justice system. She be killing me. Some of y'all be killing me because some of y'all be believing this shit. And I just be sitting there like, oh my God. I'm the first black person where the justice system was like, oh. Oh, shit. I got this message and I had to come home and I had to have a drink just so I could talk to y'all. Because I was like, this shit was too funny. Like, when I read the message for the cancellation, I was like, all right.
Hey, Tommy Salami, I think you're a little obsessed with roast battle.
Left.
Dial it back.
I didn't say a damn thing.
Get a
about
new
Vegas.
hobby.
I didn't say, oh my God, it's hot in Vegas. This bitch talking about, I go to Vegas and I don't feel safe. Why? You should feel safe. Because ain't nobody been thinking about your raggedy ass.
Wow.
Oh, this big bird, goofy built bitch. You're not supposed
anger.
to have
That's real anger right there. Goofy big bird
You're really
bitch.
not. You're supposed to have in every situation. I have regret. I regret meeting this bitch. This is what boredom does.
Prove it.
Boredom will have you say yes to some stupid shit that you should have said no to. And I should have said no when that bitch said, can I come back to your house with you? Beetlejuice. Instead, it's New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'm bored. Or at that point in time, it was fucking New Year's morning. But I should have said fucking no.
Don't say that stuff. Never say never, Goonies. Never say die.
I'm gonna get her. There's the fact that I didn't like her because I was still in love with fucking Ciara.
I left doing a feature set for Ant to come home for this. Remember Ant? God, that's great. Fantastic stuff. Like
That's
everything
documented.
Ty modeled himself after,
Hold
and
on.
it's so played out.
Soon as she got in the car and was pulling out the driveway.
Diaz should do a
Move.
comedy
That's what I was
special
thinking
called Predator, where he has dreads,
And Sierra had called me out of the blue that night.
and people think it's the movie and buy it. All right, here's where it gets weird. Here?
He said, "Get naked now." Now it's OnlyFans. You know what?
14 more minutes of this. I'm gonna go piss.
I should have had a motherfucking sign
I'll hold out. I'll wait.
or a pen or a motherfucking Cash App. Cash App Venmo. If anybody's seeing this, because I did lose a gig this weekend. They got me on this one. I'm going to have to. And here's the crazy thing. I don't even know how long I want to do comedy. I'm just not finna leave off the bullshit. Especially a lie. Like, if I had honestly done this shit, like, I would have capitulated a long time ago.
Capitulate.
And here, this is going to sound awful. Probably shouldn't even say it, but I'm going to say it. After all the bullshit that I've gone through, sometimes I wish I had just done it. At least it would have been worth it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay. Like, to not have done the crime, you feel like
I have to go on before.
ever been in a relationship. That you always being accused of cheating, right? Like the motherfucker, like you cheating.
Who's the most annoying person at the
But you ain't
improv?
cheating. You know what I mean? You be
Probably.
like at some point in a relationship, you be like, "Fuck!" Like I wish I was cheating.
You're not gonna want to miss the end of this.
It's been a couple times.
He
I'm
just
like,
said.
damn, like all the bullshit that I've gone through. Like I wish I would be able to be like, I did it and serve the time. Instead, I just be like, I didn't serve time. Like
He's talking about how he wishes he would have raped her.
shit. And even Bill Cosby bitches is trying to cancel his case. And that motherfucker admitted to drugging him.
I don't like the look of it.
Louis C.K. working again?
Yep.
Bitch, she's a vigilante. This bitch the only rape victim in history to go to a show of a rapist.
What does that mean?
I never forget when she was at that show. I did the 30 at 12:30. And that bitch showed up to my show. It was the first show I did when I got out. I was like, why is she at my show? Like, who would do this?
This is going great.
Idiots would be like, oh, she's a victim. I'm going to say motherfuckers who believe Biden got 80 million votes. That's why this world is so dangerous now. Idiots. Idiots is running the ranch. Nobody believes in...
You're still on a ranch?
Being like, you know what?
You're still eating ranch?
I don't think too many people pay attention to the...
Your house is a
I mean, I would've
ranch,
lost track
though?
by now. I think I have. Like, if I wouldn't live in this, I would have surely have lost track that this bitch has changed her story at least 5 times. Oh, I got a screenshot of at least 5 times. This bitch has changed her story.
Who cares?
This one, she tried to morph a lot of men in them. This one's a well-documented, really good, twisted, sick, domestic abuse.
Compare yourself to Cosby. That'll go well. Yo, what's going on, man?
Novel. And here's the crazy part.
Finally.
The Christian side of me, like that goody two-shoes, Diaz Mackey, Randolph, side that she wanted to make fun of, right? The Randolph, wants to forgive her. Like, I keep thinking to myself, mental health is a real issue. And perhaps that tumor, benign it may be, maybe driving this
He
lady
tries to say goodbye for an
to be
hour.
crazy. And
So
then
nuts.
I try to look at the spiritual side of things.
Don't.
Like, was she meant to be a thorn in my side? Like, everything happens for a reason. Maybe the reason was I made a bad decision that night and let her fucking come home with me, but fuck! It'd be almost necessary. I seriously sit there and just ask God, why?
Great.
I'm like, nigga, you know I didn't do this shit. Like, why? Why am I going through this? Like, what is the lesson and the purpose behind this? I swear to God, I want to find that out. Like, if this situation better be like a huge payoff on the other end. I try to figure out the deeper meaning of going through this bullshit all the time. But yeah, to all of you that have stuck by me, I do appreciate you all. I promise you all, I am not going to embarrass you. I am.
Oh, fuck.
High school.
Crazy that a person even has to say that, and I apologize for laughing. It's just, I guess that part of me finds it funny that I have to say that. But I don't know. With all of this, I really have been thinking of doing a charity show.
Listen to this.
For women of domestic violence, victims of rape, and for men who have been victims
falsely
of
accused.
violence.
I want to get women who have been victims of rape and men who have been accused of rape but didn't do it at the same benefit.
Share my story.
Let them mingle. It'll grow well. It won't be triggering for anyone. It'll be great.
I have actually been a victim of domestic violence.
Here we go.
I have actually been raped multiple occasions by women. I'm a man, so it's like...
Hey, Adam and Alex, don't invite any more duds like this bitch ever again.
But that's... It is what it is. On those aspects of life.
You know what I'm saying? That's good what it is. What it is, y'all.
Cool.
You know what it is, man.
But, yeah, I thank you all for sticking with me. If you guys want to jump ship, you know, those who will be with me will be with me. I know that at this point. And again, I promise you that I won't embarrass you. At least on this. You're definitely not backing a monster.
Wow, you're definitely not backing a monster.
Not a monster.
That's crazy.
By no means. So, definitely not a rapist.
Guck you.
Child molester or any of those.
What the fuck, man? You should never have to say that.
I didn't say that. Not a rapist, not a child molester, or any of those things. Crazy that you have to say that.
You don't ever have to say that.
A party thing, because there's some of those on both sides of the political aisle. You know, people just want to say the Democrats are those things, and typically it's usually the Democrats that are those things.
Oh, now it's getting all
Republicans
political.
that are, but they're more typically your closet homosexuals, to be quite honest.
Is it gay?
Be that as it may, I'd like to thank you all again for walking with me. I hope that you continue to support me going forward.
Keeps trying to end it.
To the Cash App, that's $ Diaz Mackey, DIA.
If you want to donate to future rapes,
Venmo is Diaz Mackey, and then PayPal, I do believe it's Randolph Mackey, and that's RANDOLPH.
We know.
MACKIE. That's my first name. She wanted to, like, bitch, your last name ain't Christmas. But I get it. You're born on Christmas. Makes sense. With that said, and probably gone a little long.
Oh no!
I just hope that I get torn. This is a very
go on, Natalie Imbruglia.
I am very torn. Parts of me want to pray blessings for the girl.
This is how I feel.
Time, and that it's merciful, but I do want the truth to come out. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, honestly, I kind of knew this wasn't behind me, but I was hoping. It's like a little roach. It's like, why won't you die?
Wow.
Anyway. Oh, she want to be famous off my name, so we'll make you famous. And then in the process, book me.
What was longer, the goodbye or the
Very
rapes?
bookable at the moment.
Great stuff.
Make up for the money that I have lost over the years, because she has been successful and cost me some money. And I say this because I'm being fake, pretending to share the lows. I share the lows. It cost me over,
At least you're not stuck on it and bitter.
at least over $100,000.
He says that she's cost him $100,000 in work. I mean,
Say that for the other years, because the other years they weren't really trying to book me, because they were, hands off the whole Me Too. Everybody, their mama was out there sexually assaulting and raping bitches. So.
6 months later.
A person who was innocent was like, would you motherfuckers stop raping bitches for a week so I can make my case? But it's made me jaded, though, but it's made me a better comedian too. That is what's giving me the balls, because they're trying to cancel me now again. And I'm like, I didn't think I was cancelable again, but they're trying. But this is why I need some of you producers.
Keyboard warrior.
Funny motherfucker who got a story to tell. Who's gonna be funny.
I'll pay for the padlock test. What's it called? Privacy what?
You got him.
Fuck.
I'll start out by saying fuck that vaccine.
Whoa.
I love y'all. I took a lot of time.
You're gonna die.
We ran from our favorite novelist of the evening, Shining Christmas. I closed. Wendy let me use her phone to read that. See, that's trust. That's when you know.
Imagine his girlfriend seeing this and not cringing in her panties.
The site to where
take this down, man. This looks so bad.
Read the article for yourself. It's all about promotion and love here with me.
Promoting her article. It's an account
for that
of your
novel that was entertaining. If you want to swing over by her page and give a quick fuck shot of Christmas.
Jesus.
That'd be a God bless you too. All right, y'all. God bless you.
Baby shark do 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 baby shark do 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 baby shark do 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 baby shark.
Mercy that you have bestowed upon me. I thank you for the viewers and all those that this will see.
Oh no.
Lord,
he's praying.
Pray that the truth
He's really praying.
Reveal itself.
This is crazy.
Exponentially. I am tired of waiting. This has been drawn out far long enough. And you've asked that
this is an adult man
ask these things, and
with a child.
Son's name, whom you forsaken in Jesus' name, that all things shall be granted. So I ask this in Jesus' name. And then for all those watching and the viewers, I pray. It's really appropriate between thieves, but I feel that it's even appropriate between us. May the Lord watch between me and thee. While we're
What does that mean?
Together, watch and pray. God bless you all.
Oh, Lord.
Take care. Peace.
Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Well, that's it. That's the Diaz Mackey tape. Apparently, there's 2 more he did tonight. I can't sit through them. There's 3 videos of entire Vera we need to go over. I can't sit through them. We got to go. It's almost 2 a.m. here in Las Vegas. Let's go to bed. We've had a great night. I got a dog to take a diaper off of and go for a walk. Thank you so much for being here. You're so fun. See you next time. See you soon. Tuck you in. Buy a spoon.
Crash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, chart it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, get it.